You good?
Good.
Appreciate everybody coming out. Good win last Saturday. Got a lot of respect for Coach Rebo and Nichols, and they played extremely hard. We had some opportunities to put a few more points on the board. I think it's the first time in my career I've had 2 interceptions in the end zone with our offense, but hopefully we learned our lesson on that. And got a chance to play a lot of guys. I think we played 89 guys in the game, which is good. You want to try to play as many as you can. These guys work their tails off, and they deserve that opportunity to go out and play in a game on Saturday night, in front of their folks and everybody here at Tulane. Starting conference play this week. UAB, I was kind of looking at their schedule from last season. They won 7 games, won a bowl game, and out of the 6 games they lost, 5 of them were 1 touchdown or less. So they had an opportunity to have a heck of a year. Coach Dilfer is, I think, doing a really nice job over there. I've gotten to know him a little bit, and so this is big for us. It's a conference game. They all count one, and we need to play better than we did last Saturday in order to have the outcome we want. Questions?
Leads the conference and completion percentage. What kind of challenge does he provide?
Yeah, he played at Baylor coming out of high school, and where he really gets you is he can run too. I think he's their leading rusher also, and so those dual threat quarterbacks are tough sometimes because you do everything right in the back end, and he finds a little crease and he takes off running for a gain of 10. So got to do a good job in our pass rush lanes, and obviously coverage as well.
On that note, just how impressive you've been with the defense and how ready are they for a challenge like that?
They've done a very good job. Coach Wood and the defensive staff, I think, have done a good job of game planning. We threw a whole lot at them in the spring, summer, preseason camp. We've kind of pared it down a little bit here over the last few weeks, and I think they've really grasping what we're teaching them and doing a nice job of not busting. That's a big part of success in any phase, is just having 11 guys doing the right thing.
6 new teams in the league this year, this UAB being one of them. How did that change maybe what you did previous off seasons to help kind of get up to speed on teams like that you hadn't seen before?
You study everybody in the summer. You do a preliminary game plan in the summer, but they were really difficult because they had 3 new coordinators. They'd never played a game before. This is the first year with their offensive coordinator. Defensive coordinators worked with Coach Dilfer a little bit in the past. Special teams guys was at Middle Tennessee last year, so we looked at where they were at, but it's, thank goodness it's in week 1 because we really have no clue as to what they were doing.
Did you meet like Coach Dilfer by chance at the conference meeting?
Yeah, I met him at the conference meeting. We had meetings in, of all places, Vail, Colorado. So I met him out there, and then we met at the media day in Dallas. So that's the only time I really met. Seen him on TV a bunch. But I don't know him real well, but heard great things about him.
You know what, the last time that Tulane won conference championships in back-to-back years?
I'm usually pretty good at this. I'm gonna guess 72, 73, or no, they weren't in conference.
1931.
31, 32?
30, 31.
30, 31. That's a couple years ago. You and I weren't born then, Ed. We were.
I was close.
So you weren't. Because I wasn't close, so I know you weren't close.
So
That's a big deal, but I don't really get it. We're trying to go 1-0, play our best every week. I think when you look too far ahead or you worry about things that happened in the past, you're not going to be your best. We're just focusing on the day and getting better. I know that's not a good answer, but it's what we try to do.
Well, in piggybacking off of that, obviously being the defending champs, you go from doing the targeting, let's say, to being the targeted in the conference. Do the guys embrace that, I guess?
I don't know. I talked about that a little bit too. I had one of my coaches talk about that, and I think that motivation lasts as long as you come out of the locker room and then it's done. You got to go out and play the game. So we're worried about preparation, and we talk. I thought we had a great week of preparation last week. I don't think we flip the switch on game day last week. I didn't think we locked in and played as well as we needed to for those 3.5 hours. We did the first part well, but you got to do both in order to win a bunch of ball games.
Did you think 8 years ago that we'd be having this conversation?
Yeah, I'm always thinking positively, and I always, this is the stuff you think about in the off season. You work towards it every single day, but yeah, when I took the job, I think I was standing right up there, and I said Tulane has had great teams in the past, great players, just haven't done it consistently. And like I've said many times, we came real close for 3 years there. We had a bunch of games we lost on the last play, which is hard to do, but we always had this goal.
How's the offensive line graded out this year, and do you feel like they're capable of playing at a higher level?
Well, everybody is capable of playing at a higher level, no doubt about it. We've had spurts where we've played excellent on the offensive line. The big thing for us we got to really work on is our pass protection. And that's not just the offensive line. Sometimes it's the quarterback. He shouldn't step up in the pocket, and he does. He's got a clean pocket. He steps into pressure. It's the running backs not picking up the proper backer or outside edge blitzer. It's the tight ends when they're involved in protection. It's the wide receivers not blocking instead of running the route. We had that happen on Saturday also. So there's a lot of things that go into poor pass protection. So we want to improve in that area.
How did you see, what did you think of Michael's performance on Saturday?
I thought he did some great things. I wish he wouldn't have got hit so many times, but I told him he did a good job. I like his sliding. He's going forward now, and he's gaining about 4 more yards, which is really impressive because he's an excellent runner. But I thought for being off a couple of weeks and taking some hits because we weren't protecting things properly, I thought he did an excellent job.
What do you want to see from him this week against UAB?
Oh, just improvement, just like everybody. He's got room for improvement. There's a couple throws he wishes he had back. That one in the end zone back over there. I'm sure he'd like to have it back. Quarterback is, we're always looking for that perfect game. It's out there someplace. The quarterback's the toughest position to do that with because he's involved in every single play. And this game's become very complicated. Whether it's RPOs or you got 2 calls and you're checking to one or the other, or whatever the case may be, route adjustments by the receivers, changing your protection. When you get up there, there's a lot of things going on. It used to be pretty easy when Steve and I were playing, but it's more difficult now.
How do you make sure he doesn't press too much? In his first game that he played before the injury, he only had 1 incompletion. So how do you balance out his?
Oh, he does a great job with all that. He's got all the intangibles that you're looking for in a college football player, and certainly for a quarterback. So he understands how to get ready for a game. Where he needs to be at during the game too.
And also, how do you keep this team ready for this game Saturday? I mean, UAB is reeling a bit, 3-game losing streak.
Well, it's it's playing at home. We're gonna have a great crowd hopefully, and it's a conference game. I just got done talking to them all about being an in-season hero. There's so many guys that are good January through August. They lift those weights and they talk all the time about how they're going to kick butt during the season, and then the season comes and they start fading. It's tough on them mentally. It's tough on them physically. We get up early. These guys get up at 5:30 every morning, come out here and get ready to go. And some guys relish the grind. Some guys start kind of going the wrong direction. So I told the tough guys to help the weak guys. Hopefully we don't have very many of them.
Is Tyler Grubbs going to be out for a while? Or?
No, he's playing.
Are you in the process of, do you think you can whittle your backs down? I know you had talked about that.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody about that yesterday. I just, it really hasn't been to me it hasn't become clear, okay, this guy's 1, this guy's 2, this guy's 3. They're all doing some good things. They're all doing some things that we wish they wouldn't do. Some of that's protection, some of that's running the correct play, running the right route. So I was talking to one of them yesterday. I said, shoot, your guess is as good as mine right now. I think we got a bunch of guys that are really good, but they just need some more experience. So it might take another few weeks.
You're going to need somebody to emerge, though.
Yeah, I would like that. You know, I'd like to, you know, and if not one, two guys, you know, that you get the majority of the carries. But right now, it's just not. It's not clear to me. It's not clear to Coach Nagel, Coach Carter. You know, all of us all the guys on the offensive side of the ball.
I know that Pratt obviously passed up Ramsey. You know, it's an individual record, but it was 20-plus year record. I mean, he's going to pad it significantly. Just maybe the significance of a record like that may not be broken for another couple of decades.
I think that's big. You know, I actually talked to Patrick last week. He was going to try to come over here for the game. He had some stuff going on, and he was really happy that his record was broken. Some guys don't feel like it. Believe it or not, I've had some guys. Well, he played more games than me, you know, so he was excited and everything else. You know, Patrick Ramsey was a #1 draft pick, you know, first-round draft pick. You know, so that's a good player that he just passed. So, yeah, that's a big mark for Michael and our program.
I know when you recruited him, you thought he would be a good player, but has he exceeded expectations?
Oh, yeah. I just was talking to somebody about that now. You know, it's, you know, we're a developmental program. You know, I watched two guys last night playing on TV. When I got home, Patrick Johnson and Cam Sample. You know, I still remember them against Ohio State when they had no first-round draft pick offensive tackles, and those two guys are freshmen. They're weighing about 230 pounds. And that was when I knew, hey, these guys got a chance to be players. Now they're playing in the NFL year 3, I guess. So Michael's gotten better every single year. You know, and that's what I try to find coaches that are technique fundamental guys and understand scheme. You know, I want them both, but he's done an excellent job, and you know, and he's had the opportunity to play a lot of games here. You know, and you know, I remember when he came in. You know, I guess it was over there at Southern Miss. You know, he came in and played, and you know, it's just gotten better and better and better, and he's earned it. He works hard at it. Pretty good. Thank y'all.